Hi everyone, today we'll be showing you how to create a PLC program for a traffic light system. Okay, now let's start creating the PLC program using this website plcfido.com. So first, let's identify the variables needed for this traffic light system. So we already have the start button here, the stop button. We don't need the motor, but we'll just replace it with the traffic light power. Traffic light power to indicate that the power is turned on. Now we'll be needing three output coils here to represent the lamps, which are the green light, the yellow light, and the red light. So this will be the corresponding variables for the output coils or the connection to the actual lamp for each corresponding variable, the green, yellow, and red. Now there will be no external input for this traffic light system. There will be no sensor nor a push button to turn on or off each light. That should be based on timing. So for this program, we're gonna be using a timer. So to add a variable for timer, we need to select this as timer, then add the timer variables. So we have the green timer, the yellow timer, and the red timer. So now let's check the variables under timer. You will see an arrow here, and if you click those arrows, you will be able to expand items under each timer variable. So let's check. So EN means enabled. So once the timer is enabled, this will be turned on. And this will be just turned off once the timer was disabled. Next is TT, which means timer timing. So here we have an accumulated time and a preset time. This ACC or accumulated time will be shown during our simulation. So for the preset, this is the time that we want to activate for the timer. So I set here a 5-second preset. So this means upon enabling the green timer, the timer timing will be turned on for the duration of 5 seconds. And Q here means the timer timing has been reached or ended. So this Q will be turned on after 5 seconds. So now let's set the setting for the preset timing for each color of the light. So for yellow, let's set 2 seconds. And for red, let's set 5 seconds. So now let's start creating the program for the PLC using these variables. So for the motor, let's change this to traffic light power. Okay, once the traffic light power is turned on, we must connect a timer on it. So let's select a timer. Let's use an on delay timer. So let's first set up the green timer. So once we start the button here, we will activate the green timer. And let's add another rung. That should activate the green light or the green color coil. So the green light should be activated during the duration of the on delay timer. So with that, we'll add a coil here and let's link that to the green timer. So green timer has again three variables EN, TT, and Q. So let's illustrate the concept of each response. So EN means that the timer will be turned on, or when the timer is turned on, this will become connected. So let's simulate. Let's push the start button. So here you could actually see the numbers changing. Let's reset that again. So once I turn this on, you will see this accumulated variable and this will be matching the preset time of 5 seconds. So even beyond the accumulated time of 5 seconds, the green light is still turned on because we use here the variable enable. As long as the green timer is enabled, this contact is also enabled. So to turn this off, we must switch the power off for the traffic light power. So what we want is to use the timer timing, and let's simulate. So the green light will be turned on after 5 seconds, and after 5 seconds that will be turned off. So that's actually the one that we need. So let's show it again. Watch here the preset and the accumulated timer and the equivalent response of the green light. You may also see it here once we start the simulation. Okay, so for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, it will be turned on, and now it's turned off. So that's how the timer timing function works. So to illustrate to you the Q, which is the function of the on delay, let's also simulate that. So start. So let's reset. Let's start again. So the green timer is already on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after 5 seconds, that's the only time that the green light turned on. So that's an on delay timer function. So again, for this traffic light function, we should be able to use the timer timing, so that whatever timing that we set here, that will be the duration also of the green light when it's turned on. So now we have a green light setting. So we can now add the yellow light. Let's add two rung here, one for the timer and one for the output coil. So for the timer, let's use again another on delay timer. Use yellow timer and have a coil which represents the yellow light. Now when do we need to trigger the yellow timer? We need to trigger this once the green timer has completed the 5 seconds. So this means we should add a contact here, which is green timer Q, which means it will only activate the yellow timer when the green timer has completed the 5 seconds. And let's have another variable here. So how long will the yellow light turn on? That should be dependent on the yellow timer timing, which we have set to 2 seconds. And you could actually see here later on the numbers reflecting during the actual status of the simulation. Okay, let's continue adding the other rungs for the red light. So let's add another timer for red light. So that's the red timer. And another is the coil for the red light. And that's the red light. Let's do the same concept. Let's have contacts. So the red timer will be turned on after the yellow timer has finished. So that's Q. And the red light should be turned on during the whole duration of the red timer timing. Now let's have the simulation. So I'll just count manually, but you may also see it, the numbers changing at the bottom during your actual simulation. Let's turn this off first, and then let's turn on and watch out for the lights or the coil. Start. So green light is turned on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Then yellow for 1, 2 seconds. Then red light for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. And that's already complete. Now it's turned off. Now the only remaining problem here is how to return the cycle back to the green timer or the green light, so that the cycle will continue until we force it to turn off using the stop button. So now what we can do is to link the green timer to the red timer. So once the red timer has completed, that's a red timer Q, the green light timer should reset. And to do that, let's add a normally closed contact. So normally closed, which means at the start it will not be affected. So let's use a red timer queue. So once it reaches the red timer queue, this will become open and it will reset everything, and it will start again the green timer. So to show that, let's run the program again. So start. So traffic light power is on, green light is on for 5 seconds, then yellow light for 2 seconds, then red light for 5 seconds, then go back again to green light. So another count for 5 seconds, then yellow light for 2 seconds, and then red light for 5 seconds. Then once finished, it will reset the system and back to the green light. So now this is a whole functioning traffic light system. You may just need to reset the numbers, do the specific time for green, yellow, or red, whatever timing you want, and it will stay functioning as what we have programmed. So to save this program, so click save, and there will be a URL or link here shown where you can actually copy, save it to any document, and copy paste to this web page or browser to view this program again. So this link will be shown on the description of this video so that you may also explore. So that's all. Thank you.